Walking into a cruise ship with all those video poker machines can seem a little overwhelming. There are so many different choices. You got deuces wild, double bonus, triple play. The question is, where do you even start? I'm going to help you out today. If you're brand new, I'm going to save you some time. I'm going to save you some frustration because there's one game that you should start with that's better than all the others, especially for beginners, and that is Jacks or Better. And stick around because I'm going to show you why video poker may be even better at earning points for a free cruise, even though it may seem like the math works against you. Hey, welcome. If you're new around here, we're Will and Kara, and we want to show you why we're constantly cruising. Hey guys, this is Will from Constantly Cruising. We're here to help you cruise smarter and better, and that even includes the casino. Today we're breaking down video poker for beginners, specifically Jacks or Better. Now, Jacks or Better is the best place to start for a beginner, and playing it right can help you work towards even a free stateroom on your next Princess sailing. All right, let's keep this simple. Jacks or Better is the most basic form of video poker. You're dealt 5 cards, and you have the opportunity to choose which ones to keep and which ones to throw away in order to get the best hand possible. The key rule to remember, you only win with a pair of jacks or higher, or any stronger hand. Say 2 pairs, a straight, a flush, something like that. All right, first let's go through some reasons why Jacks or Better is going to be the best place for you to start as a video poker player. Now, reason number 1, it's the simplest game to learn. Now, there are no wild cards. There's no complicated bonus structure to figure out. There's no weird exceptions. What you see is what you get. And that really is all that matters when you're learning this from the very beginning. All right, number 2 is that it teaches you the foundation for all the rest of the video poker games. If you can play Jacks or Better correctly, then you can transition to all the other games later. This is where you learn what hands to hold, what hands to break, and how to think about the strategy of the entire game. Skip this step, and the other games are going to get real confusing really quickly. All right, number 3, it has one of the best return to player percentages in the entire casino. When played correctly, Jacks or Better returns to player 99% of what you put into the game. The casino only has a 1% cut if you're playing perfect basic strategy. What does that mean? It means your money lasts longer, and on a cruise, that matters. Number 4, there's a lot less volatility, and so there's a lot less swings back and forth. What do I mean by that? A lot more of these more flashier games, especially the slots with all the progressions and all this crazy stuff going on, yeah, they're fun, and it's a blast when you're hitting things, but they're very volatile, which means you might be up a couple $100s at one point, and then within a couple minutes you might be down a couple $100. The swings are brutal one way or the other, and that just doesn't happen in video poker. Jacks or Better is steady. You're going to hit smaller wins more often, which keeps you in the game so much longer. And then listen, number 5, it is so easy to build confidence with this game. You're not second guessing yourself all the time. You can actually sit and enjoy it, especially when you're just learning. You're able to sit there, and you can even sit there with your strategy guide on your phone and play right off of it. So it's easy to learn and build confidence, which in the casino, confidence is everything. All right, you might say, wait, Will, wait. Don't slots earn points so much faster? Okay, here's where it gets interesting. And this is a lot of what some people get wrong about video poker. On Princess ships, slot machines do earn points at a faster ratio. So if you spend, for every $2 that you play through the machine, you're going to earn 1 point. Okay, so for every $2 put through, you get 1 point. Now, video poker, it's going to be a higher ratio. In video poker, you have to play $5 to get 1 point. So to get that same point that you use $2 to play in The slot machine, you got to pay $5 or play $5 to get that same point in video poker. Now on paper, it sounds like slots win, but you got to get a little deep into the math to really figure that out. The reason why is that slots, like I said before, are a lot more volatile and they have a much lower return to player ratio. Now the average slot machine returns to player 85 to 92%, just depending upon how you're doing and which machine you're playing. And like I said, jacks are better. Returns to player close to 99% if you're playing perfect basic strategy, which, like I said, there's really no reason why you can't do that, because you can sit at the machine with your phone in your hand and play off the strategy guide straight. There's nothing saying that you can't. So remember, you've got to get to 4,000 points on a 7-day Princess Sailing to get that free interior stateroom. And that seems like a big hill to climb. And to get that 4,000 points, you'd have to put you'd have to play $8,000 through a typical slot machine. And to get that same 4,000 points, you're going to have to play $20,000 through the same video poker machine. But because of the volatility, listen, if you work all the math out for the same two things, and let's say you get 92% return to player on one and that 99% player on the other, it's going to take you, let's say, $200 to get to that level. Loss-wise for the video poker side, it's going to take you $320 to get to that side on the slot machine side. The only difference is really how much you're playing at a time. That's going to determine how long it's going to take you to sit there and do that. So you can figure all that out on your own. That's just some basic math to kind of work you through here. But you're going to lose a lot less money if you can put up with a little bit of extra time invested doing it the video poker way. And then again, just on my side, I enjoy playing a game a little more when I know that I've got a little bit, it relies upon me making the correct choice a little bit. I've got a little bit of influence into what happens. And the video poker gives me that, whereas just sitting in a slot machine, hitting the button, that's just complete and total luck. And it's hard for me to really get invested in it the way that I feel like I can get invested in video poker a little bit, because it does rely upon me staying present and playing, and I have some control over what happens with the game. All right, so I have talked several times already about basic strategy or perfect basic strategy, and told you that you need to play that to get to that 99% return to player ratio, which is really where you want to be if you're going to get the most out of playing this Jacks to Better game. Now, you can find one of these strategy guides anywhere. If you just go to Google and type in video poker Jacks or Better strategy guide or strategy table, any of that will work, and it'll pop up a ton of different things. I've made one specifically for Constantly Cruising, and if you'd like that, just go over to our Instagram. The link is in our bio. Hit that link in bio, go over to our Instagram, and just DM us with the words video poker, and we'll send that guide straight to you. All right, now to finish off this video, I'm going to show you some actual live footage I took from our last cruise of some live action on a Jacks or Better machine. And we're going to go through several different hands. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing and why all that works and what the best plays are. But before we get there, let's just talk about some of the reasons behind that basic strategy and some of the bigger ideas behind it, okay? And the strategy guide is really just going to give you a priority list of what to do and what to look at when you're looking at those 5 cards. So again, think of it like a priority list, and you just go down in order, and do I have this? If I don't have this, do I have this? If I don't have this, do I have this? And whichever one you have that is higher up, that's the one you want to go with. So first of all, if you have any made hand, take that first. So what do I mean by made hand? If you have a straight or a flush or a full house or something even better than that, then you want to hold all 5 cards. Don't get cute. This is going to pay out, so you want to immediately take it. If you have a made hand with all 5 cards, take it, hit play, and go on. Then the next thing, if you have 4 cards through a royal flush, you're always going to take that. That's going to beat just about any other hand except for a made hand of 5 cards. So ditch the one card that doesn't match that royal flush and go for the royal flush. That's going to be your highest payout. And again, it's above and beyond what the normal pay table, like if you play 5, that it's going to be the next step up, and that's going to really increase that return to player ratio for you if you hit that. All right, next, 3 to a royal flush. Now, these are strong hands worth chasing. If you have 3 to a royal flush, I'm going to say you're going to almost always want to take that. The only way that I don't take that is if I definitely have something that pays, whether that's a jacks or better pair or something higher than that. But other than that, I'm taking the 3 to the royal flush and chasing that royal flush. Next up are going to be high pairs. Now, and the reason is because they pay. That's the reason that the game is called jacks or better. So if you have a pair of jacks, a pair of queens, a pair of kings, or a pair of aces, no matter what, you keep those, ditch the other 3 cards, and move on. You're automatically going to get paid. All right, next up after that is 2 pair. You're always going to keep 2 pair. Ditch the 5th card. Even if it's a high card, ditch that high card. 2 pair pays. All right, then right below that is a single pair. And you're going to keep that single pair and drop anything else, even if it's a high card, because if you have that single pair and you get one more, you have a 3 of a kind, or if you've got that single pair and you get another pair, you have the 2 pair and that pays out. So always keep a single pair over a high card. So that's just the foundation, and the full list is on the chart. And again, if you want that sent to you, go over to our Instagram page. The link is in the bio, and just send us the phrase video poker. All right, now we're going to walk through several live hands that come straight from an actual machine on my last Princess Cruise. So let's go straight to that, and I'll walk you through what I'm seeing and why I'm playing what I'm playing. All right, I'm just going to go through the first 10 hands here with you. So right off the bat, we get dealt a hand of 5 cards. I got a 6, a 2, a 3, an 8, and a 7. And as you can see from here, I've got all different. Suits and a bunch of different numbers. I got no matching pairs, so we're going to ditch all 5 of these and just hope for something better. These hands do come, so when they do come, just ditch all 5 cards. And a lot of times, when you get that redeal, you're going to get something. So let's see what happens. So you can see right there, we hit draw and we got a pair of queens, which pays out, okay? So just because you don't get something on the initial 5 cards, don't lose heart. You can always, even if you ditch all 5 cards, you can still come up with a winning hand. All right, we hit deal the second time, and again, we kind of come up with 5 cards that really don't mean much, but I do have one high card, which is that jack, so I'm going to keep that jack. And then you can see I got lucky there, and I kept that jack, and I got another jack, which gives me jacks or better pair, and I get paid out. All right, so this third hand seems a little tricky. I do have a pair of 3s, but I also have that ace right there. So typically you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, I'd keep the ace, because if I get one more ace, that gives me a paying pair, jacks or better. But percentage-wise, the play here is to keep the pair. So you're going to keep the pair of 3s above the one high card. Now, unlucky, it didn't end up to anything, but that is the higher percentage play. All right, here the next hand. Again, we don't really have anything. I've got 2 high cards, so I'm going to ditch the 3 number cards, the 3, the 6, and the 4. I'm going to keep that jack and that queen. And we end up with another queen, jacks or better, that pays out. All right, here the next hand is similar to one we just saw before. Again, we have a high card with that king, and then we also have this pair of 9s. So we're going to keep the pair of 9s. We're going to ditch the other 3 cards, even though we have that high card. We're going to let that high card go and keep the pair of 9s. Unlucky, we didn't get anything, and we actually did get another king there on the side. But percentage-wise, we played the percentage play. That's basic strategy, and we're going to keep with that. All right, here we go. This is kind of a touchy hand. And different people might handle it a little different, but what I do is when I've got 3 face cards like this, I keep the 2 lowest ones. So in this scenario, with a king, a queen, and a jack, especially when they're different suits like this, I'm going to keep the queen and the jack. Now, if the king and the queen were both hearts or both diamonds, I'd keep the king and the queen because they were the same suit. But since that's not an option here. They're all three different suits. I'm going to keep the queen and the jack. Unlucky, didn't win. All right, and here I've got three number cards, a 3, a 4, a 10, and a jack and a queen. We've kind of seen this one before. I'm going to keep the queen and the jack. All right, and then we finally get dealt something. So I get dealt the kings, the pair of kings right off the bat. So we're going to keep the pair of kings. We're going to ditch the other three cards. All right, then I'm just going to show you one more hand. We'll see how lucky we get with this one. I've got a 10, a 2, a jack, a 4, and a 9. So again, really not that much there with this hand. I'm going to keep the high card, which is the jack, and I'm going to let everything else go. Let's see what happens. Hey. So I kept the jack, and it really didn't matter at all because when I drew, I get the 3 6s. So 3 of a kind, that pays out pretty decent, and boom, that's it. All right, as you can see, the fluctuations are very small. You win small, and you kind of lose small too, and it just kind of eases over time, but you're gaining points that whole time as you're playing. So you just got to sit down, learn that basic strategy, and just play hand by hand. All right, that's the game. It's really simple. It's just about good decisions made consistently over the course of several days while you're on the ship. If you've got questions about any of the hands that I played, or if you've been in situations that you're in a machine where you're not really sure what to do, drop it all down below in the comments. Or if you've ever hit that royal flush, I'd love to hear the story about that. Drop that down there in that comment section too, and let us know how that went. If you've ever had one actually dealt to you, that would be amazing. I'd love to hear about it. So hit that down below in the comments. Let me know. And don't forget, DM us the words video poker over on Instagram if you want that constantly cruising strategy chart sent to you. Hope this helps. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we're going to keep bringing you videos to help you cruise smarter and better. Thanks so much for watching. Stay constantly cruising.